Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for watching. Hope you're all enjoying it. Hope you enjoyed the video we put up on Sunday, looking back at our coatee planting and how the potatoes are getting on. Please don't forget, if you do like what you're seeing, tap the little like, click subscribe, and if you also tap the little bell, you'll be notified of videos we put up every Wednesday and Sunday evening. So today we're going to focus on the weather. People always laugh, farmers, we love to moan about the weather, but sometimes I think we've got valid reasons, and as you can see behind us, it is just so wet at the moment. This field, to be fair, it does flood every year, very low lying, but it's exceptionally full at this time of year. It's pretty much, you can't even see a field really, it's kind of just a lake, so it's just crazy. So we'll just kind of talk about the weather, how it's affecting us, and yeah, things like that. So yeah, kind of as we just mentioned then, it has just been relentless. Feels like this winter's never going to end. Rubbish summer. September was kind of good, I suppose, quite warm, bit drier. Then it kind of started raining the middle of October and it hasn't really stopped. November was one of the wettest months on record ever. December was about average. January again, about average, but I'm pretty sure February is gonna equal some records. Even in the last week or so, I think, yeah, February 2023 we had a total of 12 millimeters of rain, which made us have brilliant progress for all our spring work. So we got on really well with potato planting, getting fields ready and land ready for spring fodder crops for the cows, and also get fertilizer spread on the cereals and the grass lays. But so far this year, even in the last week alone, I think we must have had close to 80 mil of rain. So that's already over the average, what you'd expect for February. So in this video, we're going to take a look at, we're not just going to stand here and look at birds, although they seem to be loving this. Perhaps we should open a bird watching area rather than trying to grow potatoes in this field. But we're going to have a look at what it's doing to affect us, kind of delaying the cows going outside, making it tough to spread our manure and slurry, and yeah, to have a bit of an update. Yeah, these are our grazing lays. So the field's all close around the farm. That's the milking parlour, cow shed's all behind us. The field's all in a close perimeter. We use these for grazing our milking cows, because obviously we need to get them back to the milking parlour every day to milk. They've got to be close by to walk to. Pretty much every year by now we've got at least half the cows turned out, and they'd be grazing all the grass you can see in front of us. But frustratingly, we've got grass here. As you can see, the grass is starting to grow. It hasn't been that cold really, but just ground conditions have meant we haven't spread any fertilizer yet, and we wouldn't even dream of putting the cows. If you can see, it's all just squelchy. And if we put, we've got two groups of the milking cows. You can see there, just as soon as you start walking on it, it's just churning up and going wet. And it's about 100 cows in each group. If you put them on this field, they'd do too much damage, which would then cause the grass to slow down, and it wouldn't grow as well as it should do going into the spring. So for now, we've delayed putting fertilizer on, more so just because we can't actually get on the field, rather than saying we haven't delayed it, we can't get on the field because we're going to make a mess. And yeah, also we're nowhere near thinking about putting the cows outside. So it's going to be at least another few weeks, but we'll go and see them in the shed and just show you that it doesn't really make too much difference to them. They're still just as happy. But it's just always a shame we can't make the most of grazed grass. So as you've seen in previous videos, as I said, the cows, yeah, they're not out grazing at the moment. During the winter months, they are inside. You can see they're all lying down there, chilling out, and we can still provide, well, they have loads of food in front of them. So like I say, we did it in a video a few weeks ago, but we talked about what they eat. But this is basically food we've made in the drier months last year in 2023. So it's made up of there's grass silage in here, maize silage, fodder beet, cereals we've grown on farm as well. So they just, yeah, we feed this to them every morning, and they're all happy as Larry. They kept nice and full, and yeah, they're all okay. But it's the cheapest form of feed we can give our cows is grazed grass. So we want to make the most of that and get them outside as soon as possible, really. And what we tend to do is, as at the start, very early on in the spring, usually grass growth isn't huge yet, so we can maybe put them out in the daytime, but then we can bring them back in at night time so they can eat their silage and their ration in the day, and then go out and graze it in the daytime. And then gradually, as grass growth, as temperatures increase and daylight increases as well, they can then start grazing day and night. But that's the beauty of having these sheds, is we can, if we want, give them access to feed at night to match grass growth. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, we reckon it'll be end of the month, another 2-3 weeks, we can start getting them out. Our soil is all quite free draining here, so it should dry out pretty quickly, and we should be able to get these cows out. But for now, they're all happy and content, eating away and chilling out in the sheds. So the wet weather's also made it very hard to find places to spread the slurry. Usually by now we can get it on. We've got some organic grass lays. And we'll also be trying to spread it on silage lays that are due to be cut in kind of another 4, 5, 6 weeks time. But with it just being so wet, we haven't, basically if we went on the fields with a slurry tanker, we'd make a complete mess, put tracks and ruts in, and that would then cause us problems when we come to mow the fields. When we mow the fields, the ruts that the tractors put on would then cause ground to be on the surface, and then the mowers would put ground in, and it would just, yeah, basically causes quality issues with the silage. So we're having to find wherever we can. Fortunate, just taken on some fields down at St. One, really light sandy soil, as you can see here, pure sand basically. That's going to grow much in the summer months, but it's meaning that the slurry tanker can travel well, and so we can get some slurry on. It will also help the grass grow, and then kind of 6 to 8 weeks we can get on here and maybe graze it. So that's what you can see there, the slurry tanker, John Deere 6130M on the front of it, and then it's basically a massive tanker. It's got a vacuum pump on it. It's a pump which basically PTO driven, spins around, sucks it up from the big tank underneath the shed at the farm, and then brings it down, and then you reverse the pump so it puts it to pressure rather than vacuum, and it sprays it out the back, as you can see there, spraying it out, spreads it about, I don't know, probably like 6 meters wide, and basically Fernando goes up and down. You can see here, this is partly a bit smelly, but very good stuff, full of nutrients to help make the grass grow all naturally without the use of fertilizers. So it just helps. Means in some fields we don't have to apply fertilizers. You can see he's barely made a track there, whereas a lot of other fields we've tried to have a go and we've just been putting big ruts in. That's how you can tell as well. Never a good sign when you've got tow straps on the front of tractors. That always means it's a bit wet. You'll be getting stuck. So yeah, John Deere 6130M with a Marshall ST2300 on the back. So, thank you once again. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Slightly different, just showing you kind of how the rain's been affecting us, but we look forward to seeing you Sunday, where we can't quite believe it, but already that's the end of February, so that'll be our end of Feb monthly update. So, see you Sunday, and thanks for watching.